I'm the Charge d'Affaires of the New Zealand Permanent Mission in New York. New Zealand will never forget the terrible, terrible suffering of the people of Rwanda, of the victims of this terrible genocide. New Zealand was on the Security Council during these dark times, and we have never forgotten the failure of the international community to stand up, and we must make sure that terrible acts like this never happen again. But full love and respect to the people of Rwanda who have taken this tragedy and built an incredibly impressive nation from this terrible, terrible action many years ago. Thank you.
I think we all have to be careful of how AI is being used. It promotes hate as well as other people going around giving speeches. It will more violence rather than less violence. People are being isolated, ostracized, running for their life, and this must stop now, whether it be in Rwanda, all of the African Union, the Middle East, Ukraine, and other areas of conflict. School News Nationwide. We're part of Tour for Tolerance, and that's one of the reasons I'm here today. Dr. Bill Tingley in Jamaica was one of the victims of their Holocaust. So now we have where we're doing it nationwide and globally. We're an ECOSOC NGO, and we are doing a forum on tolerance and slavery. This shall come at the time of the high-level political forum.
I'm Janet Clemendor. I'm with the UN Committee for Zonta International. It's really an enlightening experience to hear from the victims, the survivors of this Holocaust. I visited the museum in 2015 in Rwanda, and I can tell you, seeing it up close and personal is very emotional for me. But at the same time, you learn so much how it began with propaganda, where we are now in the digital age, how we're going to use social media, how we're going to use AI moving forward. We can learn from this. So it's a lesson about humanity, the triumphant of the spirit, and how we can prevent it if we just understand it and how it starts, and we can end it before it starts. Thank you.
During the Security Council, no one was believing the forces that Rwanda is in a very tough position.
We'll never forget what happened. We still feel we tried, but we still feel we failed Rwanda.
So you did the best that you
I'm not speaking personally, that's all I sort of
Creating division and conflict where none had existed previously. This division grew into hatred and violence, culminating in the genocide against the Tutsi. When the Rwandan Patriotic Front overthrew the genocidal government, from that moment, Rwandans began their long, hard road to recovery, healing, and reconciliation.
Umwaka wa 2004 nibwo nafashe icyemezo cyo gusaba imbabazi Mariya.
Dear colleagues and friends, I'm Melissa Fleming. I lead the United Nations Department of Global Communications. It is an honor to welcome you to this annual commemoration marking the 32nd anniversary of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. As we reflect on this horrific tragedy, we are reminded that genocidal violence is never spontaneous. The genocide against the Tutsi emerged after decades of discrimination, of hate speech, and dehumanization. Its impact did not end in 1994. Survivors continue to carry profound emotional, psychological wounds girls who grew up without parents, widows forced to rebuild their lives, and women who have endured sexual violence, many left with lasting health consequences. Their extraordinary courage and resilience compel us to remember not only the lives lost, but the lives forever changed. Remembrance is essential because it preserves the truth. By remembering, we confront denial and help future generations understand the dangers of hatred and division. The genocide against the Tutsis stands as devastating evidence of what happens when clear warning signs are ignored or dismissed. It is also a call to act, to stand against hate, and to ensure that genocide is never allowed to take place again. We honor the victims and survivors by remembering their humanity and reaffirming our unwavering commitment to strengthening global genocide prevention efforts. I invite Mr. Courtney Rothray, Chef de Cabinet, Executive Office of the Secretary General, Her Excellency Ms. Annalena Baerbock, President of the General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Emmanuel Ugirac, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Rwanda, Mr. Marcel Sedashiaka, President of the UFA USA Survivor Association, Mr. Serge Gascore, survivor of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda, and Mr. Salim Matu, chargé d'affaires, permanent observer, mission of the African Union to the United Nations. If I may ask you to please turn on the candles in front of you, and those guests of honor, once they're turned on, if you can put them in the glass vases in front of you. And everyone else, please turn on the candles in front of you and join us in a moment of silent reflection and solidarity with the victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. For those of you who are able, may I kindly ask you to stand. Thank you.
In just 100 days, more than 1 million people were murdered, primarily Tutsi, but also Hutu and others who opposed the genocide. Children, women, men, entire families erased with unimaginable cruelty. Today we mourn the victims and honor their stolen dignity. We pay tribute to the survivors, whose resilience shows the strength of the human spirit. And we recall, with humility and shame, the failure of the international community. Today, digital platforms allow hate speech and incitement to violence to spread faster and farther than ever before, fueled by artificial intelligence and misguided algorithms. The ancient toxins of racism, misogyny, anti-Semitism, and anti-Muslim bigotry are once again corroding our political discourse. We hear outright denial, we hear distortion, we even hear glorification of past genocides. The genocide against the Tutsi shows us where it's not and mean. When words are weaponized and the world waits too long to respond. We must do more than remember again. We must protect the living by defending truth and rejecting narratives that make violence seem acceptable. We must stand firm in our shared values, develop our commitments and strengthen institutions that can help prevent catastrophe. This includes upholding the UN Charter and international law without exception. Peace cannot prevail if human rights are seen as conditional or selectively applied. Prevention of the greatest crimes cannot succeed when entire communities are being targeted because of who they are and violence leads with impunity. And we must rebuild trust between communities, between nations, and between people and institutions meant to protect them.
An astounding number, yet only a fraction of the more than 1 million people murdered over roughly 100 days. It occurred decades after the we approach the 80th anniversary of the Genocide Convention, we must confront an uncomfortable truth. Prevention is not passive. It requires action, early and decisive. This responsibility rests with all of us. And in this regard, let me return to the Kigali Genocide Memorial, which makes unmistakably clear that remembrance calls on us to confront the past with candor in order to face the present with courage. Because, as we've also seen in the video, the warning signals were there. As the memorial shows, the seeds of genocide were planted decades earlier, when colonial rulers sowed division between Hutu and Tutsi. Discrimination was entrenched, hatred was normalized, violence was decided.
Your Excellency, President of the United Nations General Assembly, Your Excellency, Chef de Cabinet, Your Excellency, in charge of the African Union, Mr. Serge Gasore, the survivor of Justice Chikainde, the President of UNCA, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished delegates, survivors, Rwandans, and friends of Rwanda, good morning. Rwanda really appreciates your presence today, and we thank you all for working with us over the past 32 years. Your accompaniment is deeply appreciated. Thank you, Marcel and Serge, for your testimony, and to all the survivors in this room for your resilience. It is to you survivors that we come to when we ask the unimaginable, which was forgiveness. You walked the last 32 years in reconciliation and resilience, and you are the backbone of our country's strength and renewal. Excellencies, we have had many testimonies in this hall over the years, and today we just heard the testimony of Serge. In Rwanda, we have lived these experiences alongside our survivors.
Our commemoration now draws to a close. I want to express my deep appreciation to the survivors, all the speakers, the musicians, and to all of you gathered here in this General Assembly Hall, and to those who are joining us virtually, for coming together in somber reflection. Today and every day, may the memory of the victims and the survivors of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda strengthen our resolve to build a world where dignity, justice, and our shared humanity prevail. Thank you.
Do you like to join with us? No, I.